in the spring. Well, it's still spring, everybody. So let's get
Sure feels
fishing. You know, the weather's been kind of crazy. It's hot and then it's cold. Like this last weekend. What's up with that? The rain, the cold air. Not my type of, not my thing. Another place for us to go to in Connecticut.
A town a lot of people probably love, Madison.
Gorgeous town of Madison. It has so many beautiful things to offer you.
Madison Hammonasset Beach State Park. So it's more than just a beach.
It is definitely more than just a beach. You can go camping. Camping, cook some food, roast some marshmallows, go to the beach, have a great time. And then, of course, there's
Fishing, there's bike trails, there's
boating.
a bunch of stuff there, yeah.
Beautiful beach. Connecticut has one of the most recognized beaches in this country for a northeastern area, and the stretch of water we have here is amazing. And also the most reasonable place in the country to buy a property on the water or close to the water is in Connecticut, for sure. Let's see, next one's gonna be Twin Lakes. Lake Washington and Lake, I can't remember right, gosh dang it.
Should have written bigger.
Oh my
You
God.
wrote normal font size. I don't know what you were thinking.
Oh my gosh, let me go to the videotape, hold on one second. Oh my gosh.
I had to go onto his computer and adjust his fonts.
Oh my gosh, alright, so we got,
You got grandpa fonts going all over there.
Twin Lakes, it's called Washington and Washini Lakes. Great for largemouth bass.
Well, what's the history of those names, Dave?
The history of those names, I'm gonna come back to you at a different time.
Okay.
Probably a tribe settled over there.
Probably.
And
Good call.
probably made it a very good place for eating because you're right on the lake.
And you can wash.
You can wash. Washini. It's Washington and Washini. Commonly referred to as the Twin Lakes, Lake Washini and Lake Washini are adjacent lakes in northwestern Connecticut that fish particularly well in the summer for big largemouth bass. That is very important to know. If you're out there and you're a fisherman and you like to fish in the freshwater lakes, please let us know. I know a couple of friends of mine who like to go fishing. I got a buddy named Rob Marcarelli, big fisherman, fly fisherman.
Is he big?
He's
just big into fishing.
big into fisherman.
Okay, because you said he's big.
No, he's not
fisherman.
big. He's
Okay.
actually our size, I would say, but he's big into fishing. He's always been a great fisherman. Rob Marcarelli. You might know Rob Marcarelli for a lot of reasons, but we have to get him on the show.
It's so funny. I can read your laptop from here.
From across
I
the
am
room.
not kidding. Commonly referred to as Twin Lakes. I can clear it as day.
You also have glasses on too. It's not even, it's not told him a fair.
All right, my turn.
Yes.
Hamden. 2 parks.
Dum 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 dum.
Quinnipiac River
Yes.
and Sleeping Giant.
The Sleeping Giant.
Yup.
Now, a lot of you don't know what Sleeping Giant is out there. It's important to know, and Eric's going to tell you a little about it.
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, no. So Sleeping Giant, the interesting component of Sleeping Giant is from a distance.
Yes.
And the reason it's called Sleeping Giant is from a distance. It looks like,
being a New Yorker.
well, being a New Yorker, so when we traveled to visit family in Connecticut, we would go through Sleeping Giant.
Merritt Parkway.
And from a distance, it looks like Sleeping Giant. Not at night, because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
But during the daytime, you can see what actually looks like a head, a torso, and the legs. And
Yeah.
it was really cool.
And when you come
It
to
stopped being,
the Merritt Parkway, you said the two in and out, what'd you see? It looks like there were two
oh, we used to call them the nostrils.
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, the nostrils.
I like that.
You know what we're talking about?
On the Merritt Parkway, what's that? No.
No, it's a tunnel
So
that goes through Sleeping
between
Giant.
exit 59 and exit 16 in Hamden on the Merritt Parkway. That's where the tunnel
So
is.
from a distance, it just looks like 2 big nostrils.
I think that when more people watch and listen to this, when they're going through the Merritt Parkway, they're gonna look at the two.
Oh yeah, you'll never unsee it.
2 nostrils.
Once you see it from a distance, you're gonna be like, oh god, he said nostrils,
That's
and now
pretty
they look
cool.
like nostrils.
I think it's pretty cool. I will always now think about that.
All right, fishing spot.
All right, fishing spot next is number 4, is Lake Lilinona. Lilinona. When it comes to fishing in the fall, Wetherell,
You might as well
Lanoa
just read
as
from there. I'll get rid of this, because
Lanoa is a narrow reservoir containing the Housatonic River. It is always always has some current moving through. The moving water can help you locate bass, which is typically hold down current from the structure. Which a typical hold down term from the structure. Known for bass fishing. Another bass fishing place, but also there is
where is it?
on the
Does it
Housatonic
say?
River. On the Housatonic River, and also.
What town is it? Does it say?
Are you testing me how to read?
No, I'm asking what town is it? Because the Housatonic is
Pretty big.
You know,
You have, let's see, I could pull up, let's see, I'll pull it up right there.
viewers are googling it now. They're
Yeah.
probably going to come in with an answer before Dave will.
Yeah, that's Newtown. Newtown,
Love Newtown.
Connecticut. Yeah, it's a beautiful
Love
town.
Newtown.
Beautiful town, great schools, great environment to raise a family, absolutely for sure.
Who's that?
That is a young man who
Okay.
did some fishing catching over here. Fishing and catching. That was number 4. For freshwater fishing.
So in the Avon, Bloomfield, Simsbury area, there's a state park there called Talcott Mountain.
Very pretty, by the way.
You've been there?
Yeah, Talcott Mountain.
Never been. I've never been. I've never been to some of these places, so.
Good team.
But I'm still new to Connecticut, so.
I wouldn't call you new, but you're
Well,
definitely.
listen, I lived in New York until my 30s, and I never went to the Empire State Building.
No
I
kidding.
never went to the Statue of Liberty. When you live there, you don't go.
I was just gonna, I can relate to that.
It's like a tourist thing,
It's
you know.
totally.
So
When I went to school in Massachusetts, Springfield, Mass, and they used to have the Big E right there, and I never went to the Big E. I was right there. I just never went because I'm like,
and have you been since or no?
like once or twice.
I've never been.
If you got to go with the intention of eating a ton of food, waiting in lines, and a lot of schmoozing. It's an eating festival basically, and they have a lot of things that they sell and tchotchkes and yada yada yada. Tchotchkes, fun. You can buy knives and blankets and clothing and different vendors and all different kind of things. Yada yada yada. All right, my friend. So am I going next? Or you?
You are, yes.
All right, we're gonna go to a place called Kokoman Lakes. It's a trio of connected navigable lakes, straddling the notch in the state, at the Mass border. Also known for their bass fishing.
What's the name of this one?
Concommon.
That's that one right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Concommon Lakes. Yes. Big bass.
Common.
Huge. Yeah. Trio of connected and navigable lakes straddling the notch
So
in the
bass-
state of Mass.
Bass is a pretty common theme then.
Yeah,
right?
bass fishing.
Bass.
Bass fishing is big in Connecticut. Smallmouth, largemouth, and then you get, of course, some of the other fish that may come along throughout the pickerel. Actually, right over here, it said smallmouth and crappie. So it's a kind of fish. A pickerel and brown trout all have earned angler state recognition caught at Concommon Lakes. It's a lot of fish they have an opportunity to go to catch over there. The South Pond is fully within the state of Connecticut. Connecticut has a hole pushing 25 feet deep in eastern central portions of the pond. Very interesting stuff. Back to you, Eric.
Next town, Enfield, a
Enfield,
little up
Connecticut.
north from us.
Yeah.
So there's a park there, it's called the Scantic River State Park. Interesting park because this park has a bunch of buildings in it. And the reason it has buildings is they used to manufacture gunpowder out there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very, very
It
cool.
says
stuff.
here, it says the factory had about 125 buildings, plus some canals in an area, a mile and a half long. That's a lot of buildings for such a small space.
Wow.
But it was because of the gunpowder manufacturing there, so.
That's a new thing for me to learn about. The next one we got is Highland Lake. It might be easier on the computer, like you said. Highland Lake spoke highly of the West Central Lake as well. The bass in Highland Lake have the luxury of being fed stock trout every spring, meaning they can reach sizes larger than the fish in unstocked lakes. A largemouth pushing 6 pounds are not uncommon in this lake.
I don't know, is that good?
That's pretty good size, 6, 7 pounds for a largemouth bass, small bass. Yeah, it's pretty good size. I mean, yeah, definitely. All right, back to you, Eric.
Next town, Torrington.
Torrington.
You know where Torrington is?
I do know what Torrington. Do a lot of property. We sell a lot of property in Torrington.
Yeah, so you got two parks out there. You got John A. Minetto State Park, and you got the Stillwater Pond.
Beautiful downtown area over there too.
Yeah.
Very nostalgic, very quaint town, quiet, but yet got a lot of great things to go down and check out.
Yeah, and just so you know, in these books here, what's important about it has location, services, and the activities. So it tells you where it is, the services that are provided by those state parks, and the activities at that park. So
This book can only be available to you here with Team Powerhouse.
only
You just have to reach out to us
exclusive
and ask for
today,
one.
today only.
It's going to be a free book to share with you because we want you to get to know Connecticut a little better than you knew before and have a chance to go out and do some things with the family this
Yeah.
summer
Check some stuff out.
or winter. Skiing places
winter.
or skiing,
Yeah, well, we talked about that earlier.
campgrounds. All right, the next one is going to be the Housatonic River. Cornwall and Kent is the area where that one is located. Some solid smallmouth bass. If there's anything better than fighting one of the most aggressive freshwater fish, it is fighting one in a swiftly moving current. Since you're fishing,
Aggressive fish, meaning it's a good little battle there.
I would say yeah. Since you are fishing moving water here, jigs are incredibly effective, especially jigs fished with a curly tail, soft plastic trailer.
None of which I understand. So.
You know, growing up in the water as a kid, we used to live when I was a kid.
Couldn't afford to live on land.
No, it's
I
good.
say growing up on the water, so.
When we were kids, we grew up in a place called Westbrook, and we had this small little house. It was literally a 2-bedroom house with like a little den and a 1-bathroom slab. And my parents made like a 3rd bedroom, like was a kind of little den area. It might be like 8x8 area for a bedroom for me because my 2 sisters in one room and me in my separate room. But we used to walk to the beach. Literally come out of our I'll call it a parking lot. They have like a private driveway with like maybe 8 or 10 houses on it. Come out of your private driveway, and then you walk down the street, and there was the Westbrook Beach. And I remember growing up as a kid, it was all grass over there right before the beach. And then in the 80s, I'm going to say about 1985, some builders from Hartford, West Hartford area, came down and decided to put some beautiful big houses on the beach. A little bit of Westbrook history. My point was that I used to live so close to the beach, we used to walk down there and go fishing on the piers. I used to use little silver, they called snappers.
But wouldn't that be saltwater though?
That was saltwater, definitely saltwater, beach fish, yeah. Used to catch snappers. If you ever been fishing for, they go like basically baby bluefish. And a lot of fun growing up. Sorry, I got sidetracked. That was my little childhood right there for you.
So one of the parks not mentioned in here because I guess it doesn't qualify as a state park or a forest is Hubbard Park in Meriden.
Yeah,
Cool little park.
very
You know,
cool.
lots of stuff there. They have the Daffodil Festival.
Christmas time, they had the beautiful Christmas display of lights. The
Yeah.
lights of,
I think I went there a couple of years ago, and they were doing some sort of food truck thing there.
food truck
It
festival.
was ridiculous.
That's an interesting point you make about the food truck you just mentioned. We should look and find and follow the food truck festivals and let people out there know where they are. Because that's something that people love to go and visit. Food truck festivals are fun. Again, it's all about a day of eating unhealthy food for the most part, but having some fun with friends and family. Usually has rides and some kind of activities for the families and kids.
Is that your next spot?
The next spot, yes.
That's an amazing spot right there.
Lake Zor.
Lake Zor.
1.4 mile reservoir on the Housatonic River with a quick drive northwest of New Haven. Anything you want to share about Lake Zor before?
Well, no, I've shown some houses up there. There were some folks who were moving in from out of state who wanted to be on or near a body of water, and there was about maybe 6, 7 folks that came in, and like five of the 6 wanted to be on Lake Zor.
It's pretty cool.
Very popular lake.
Directly upstream of the Stevenson Dam, you'll find deep holes pushing 60+ feet, and its steepest drop-offs are along its southwestern shoreline.
Well, what's the deepest drop-offs for?
Jumping?
Oh, okay.
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
just. No, I'm being legit. I don't know if it, because it's deeper, it has a particular fish component to it.
Very possible. It says there are great ledges for to work a jig or a crankbait in the corner seasons. In the corner seasons when bass are moving between deeper and shallow water.
Okay.
Um,
So that's the difference between the deep and the shallow
Yeah,
regarding the bass.
yeah, definitely. All right.
It's scenic as heck there.
very scenic.
Very scenic there.
And definitely there's a difference. Connecticut, again, the seasons. You've got the fall,
Yep.
the winter, the spring, and the summer. Like, if you love nature, Connecticut's a great place to be. And I will tell you,
I'm showing you my watch.
Because we're running
which
out of
is
time?
black right now. There we go.
we're going to take too long. We have to run this a little faster. All right, we're going to run faster.
28.
Okay?
So on my, I mean, I went through as many towns as I thought we would hit for 30 minutes, so I'm
You're
pretty
on-
much done.
All right.
I did have a component, I didn't see much in there about skiing specifically, but I checked Powder Ridge, Mount Southington, Mount Laker Ridge. If anybody out there knows of any really sweet ski spots and I know it's June, but
Skiing is not on top of mind. By the way, again, while you're out there looking, any questions you guys have for us on our social media over here, we'd love to always answer those questions, whether on Facebook, Instagram, or on TikTok. And again, very important to always let us know what you're thinking throughout the process of this podcast. We'd love to hear what your thoughts and feelings are, and any questions you might have. Next one I'm going to go to a little faster is Lake Wamarang. Lake Waramag.
Warramog.
In western Connecticut was so polluted in the middle of the 20th century that the state officials actually funded a task force to restore its health. They succeeded beyond its expectations, and Warramog is now among the state's cleanest lakes, home to brown trout, largemouth bass, and smallmouth bass for anglers to target. Pretty interesting stuff. All right.
Wait. It said, go back up for a second. It said,
Going
you
back.
may see,
Well, you may see some bears, deer, or eagles alongside the shores, and shoreline trees reflected in the lake's mirror-like surface on calm days. That's pretty cool
I'd
stuff
love to
also.
run into an eagle.
I've
I've already seen an eagle up close.
Not sure if I want to run into an eagle. I'd like to see one. And of course, when you have the animal people come and they show you the eagles and that kind of stuff, that's pretty cool too.
Well, I've seen an eagle, so,
Have you?
yeah, Challenger.
Eagle Challenger?
No, the eagle's name is Challenger. You don't know Challenger?
The car?
No. The
No.
bird.
No.
The eagle. He's the one that, he goes to like sporting events, and he
Really?
flies,
How did
Yeah.
you see this?
at the airport.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. He
Eric
was-
in his
he was
former
flying
life,
out.
by the way, Eric in his former life,
Worked at airports, they gotta move on.
security is an understatement. All right, so next one is called Shinipsit Lake. Shinipsit.
Shinipsit.
Because Shinipsit is a lake used for public drinking water, anglers need to follow specific regulations. It's like nobody,
Like no bodily contact with the water, so you can't swim in the water.
no swimming.
Yeah.
I'm actually
And
surprised.
you definitely can't go in the water.
Yeah, you
And
can't.
when I say go, I mean you can't go in the water.
Right, no, definitely no going. They also have produced 7-pound and 12-ounce small bass in this lake. Only boats registered with the Connecticut Water Authority.
That's a state record.
Yeah, it's pretty big, yeah. Yeah, right, it is the state
Yeah,
record.
7-pound, 12-ounce smallmouth bass, that stands as a state's record.
No kidding.
I gotta sneeze.
Only boats registered by the Connecticut Water Authority and Shinipsit Lake associated can be launched here, and only after being quarantined for 48 hours.
I have to be quarantined for 48 hours?
That, I'm not exactly sure if you or the boat
The
itself.
boat has to be quarantined
Yeah.
for 48 hours.
And the next one after that is Bantam Lake. Bantam Lake, also a very well-known lake in Connecticut. It's a 947 acre lake in western part of Connecticut. Largest natural lake was overlooked, largest in Connecticut natural lake was an overlooked honey hole for the Northeast bass anglers. The lake has some enormous pike in it, but the smallmouth and largemouth fisheries are getting better year by year. Let's see. And the next one we have after that is Boston Lake. It is between Hartford and New London. Has an improving fishery over the past decade. The state is working at eradicating invasive milfoil, which is problematic on the 273 acre body of water in the past decade. The smallmouth are the story here, with some truly gigantic specimens, but there are decent sized largemouth bass too.
I gotta find out what milfoil is.
That concludes freshwater fishing in Connecticut, which is quite a bit. And there might even be some more out there that you know about that we haven't read about over here. Some great parks. Again, if you guys want access to this book, please let us know. We'll be happy to get one. You gotta come see us. We'll get one of these books for you for free. Get to know about all the parks in Connecticut, things to do. A fantastic thing to have as a guide, a reference, and for family fun. Also great to have on your coffee table when people come over.
For sure.
For sure. So, next part of the hour is going to be the tumbler hour, where we give a lucky winner a beautiful tumbler. So, let's go to the wheel of spinning and excitement. Fame. I don't know, spinning and excitement. I was going to see the wheel of death, but it
Spinning and excitement. Alright, I'm gonna spin the excitement. Spun.
And
Can't hear
spinning.
it.
Oh,
There
there
it
we
is.
go.
We got Cyrem80 off Instagram.
Cyrem.
Cyrem. Cyrem.
Cyrem 80. Thank you so much on Instagram for following us here. Please let us know. Want to get your information from you so we can give you a free tumbler. Did you want to remember
No,
something?
it was almost Cyrem 79, but it was 80. Cyrem's 81. Okay.
Cyrem 80.
Sorry, Cyrem 80, 79. You didn't make it.
Very good stuff.
Cyrem 80.
All right, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We want to thank you so much for being a part of our show today. We hope you learned a little something. We want to thank you so much to our champion agents on our team again. That is Charles Gaetano and Jamie Franco. We are excited for
Who
you.
was the second one?
Jamie Franco.
Jamie, yes.
And-
Rock star.
Yep, and our rock star, Charles Gaetano. Two amazing realtors. But guys, we have a lot of great agents on our team. I'd love to have a chance to work for you. So please reach out to us and let us know you want one of our agents to speak to you, whether it's Eric, myself, or any one of the great guys, girls, and people on our team. As a matter of fact, we had Gary Monroe on the show today, virtually watching the show.
Well, he commented, so.
Which was nice to have. Usually Charles is on the show watching, but again, any of you guys want something real estate related, please let us know. Or you just have some questions, reach out to us and we'll be happy to help out.
Wait, before we go.
Before we go, we're gonna close with a very
Gary's
special-
number again,
Gary
I'll
Monroe.
put it up too.
203-598-2365. And remember, if you can't reach Gary, you can call him. No.
You can always call Eric
No.
or myself or Jamie or anybody else on the team. We'd love to take care of you. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us every Tuesday night. You have a wonderful night. We appreciate your time.